Just a few notes on the refreshed and updated Prosci methodology. I've had the pleasure of teaching 2 classes over the last 2 weeks in the new style, the new refreshed methodology, and I really love it. I think some of the things that I've seen are very action oriented. I've always said when you're doing change management, you're doing all the analysis required, you look at the Prosci best practices research. I've always said, what action are you going to take now that you know this information? And I think the refreshed and updated methodology puts action at the very centre of everything. And we can see that first of all in the Prosci change triangle, whereas previously we measured leadership, sponsorship, project management and change management up front. We now measure as well success. Now I guess we did that in the background before, but here it's front and centre to the entire methodology. And also as part of defining success, we use the 10 job aspects. We also define how they are impacted. And in terms of impact, we talk about defining impact. And at the centre of all of this is ADKAR. Tim Creasy at Prosci once joked that people called the Prosci methodology the ADKAR methodology. And ADKAR, as you know, are the 5 steps that individuals have to go through to make a personal decision to embrace, adopt and use a change. So that's always been critical, but now it's up front and centre to the entire methodology as well. Nowhere more so in what's now known as the ADKAR blueprint. ADKAR blueprint's fantastic. We use the Prosci Proxima tool to do all our analysis, and Proxima allows us to generate an ADKAR blueprint, which is basically a list of actions by whom and when and through which mechanism, all based on ADKAR, that we need to take to drive adoption and usage. I'm also liking, we always talked about roles in change management. We know we have the metaphor that sponsors and managers in particular have to be on stage doing things, whereas we, the change people and the project management people, we're behind the scenes like the crew at a pop concert, making sure everything is ready, making sure that those people on stage can perform as they're supposed to. But now we have the explicit recognition of core and extended roles. I love that. Core roles being primary sponsor and people managers who are on stage, and project and change managers who are behind the scenes. And then the explicit recognition of extended roles, sponsor coalition, change network, champions, etc. I also like the adapt actions element. It's in a really simple but powerful format. It's predicated on the fact that, well, is it a good idea to stick to the plan no matter what, or to adapt the actions that we take? And of course we should adapt the actions. And I like the way Prosci characterise this by asking simple questions. What, so what, and now what? Again, driving us to action. And under adapt actions as well, I like the way how Prosci bring explicitly in some of their best practices research that we should at least use as a basis from which to adapt action. So things like sponsor saturation, resistant people managers, optimising a change agent network, culture analysis based on Hofstede, Globe and Trompenaar. And we always had review performance, but I like the way that that's been crystallised into a very crisp and easy way to understand, particularly where we look at reviewing performance at the organisational level using the Prosci change triangle, at the individual level, which is speed of adoption, ultimate utilisation and proficiency, using ADKAR at the core, and then change management performance itself, progress against our change plans. One of the strengths of the Prosci methodology has always been that we have tools, techniques that we can use immediately. I think in the refreshed and updated methodology, those are even more powerful and can be immediately applied. So I'm looking forward to teaching many, many more classes in this refreshed and updated methodology, and also to applying it with organisations that I work with. If you haven't seen the refreshed and updated methodology, take a look at it. Prosci has done a whole lot of stuff on their website about it, and even consider becoming a Prosci Certified Practitioner by taking the 3-day certification class. I'm really enjoying it. Hope that helped.